Nevermore was created as a safe haven for our children to learn and to grow, no matter who or what they are. Should we meet your new roommate?
Are you feeling okay? You look a little pale.
Please excuse Wednesday. She's allergic to color.
Oh, wow. What happens to you?
I break out into hives and then the flesh peels off my bones.
Oh my God, look at all this money.
Full House's Lori Loughlin has grown up, and she's taking down every bank in Chicago.
Haven't gotten lost in the woods, have you?
Did you forget what team you're playing for?
Strong prey on the weak, and nobody does a thing.
You've got 1 hour.
You knew this would happen?
Everything changed. Jake, it's crazy here. Quaritch is rolling and there's no stopping him.
We're going up against gunships with bows and arrows.
Well, I guess we better stop him.
This Organized Chaos podcast is brought to you by listeners like you. Thank you. Hello and welcome to another Organized Chaos podcast. You have once again chosen the best podcast in the history of all existence. Well done, listener or viewer. I don't know if you're on YouTube or
both
or just on the podcast. But you know what? You've chosen well. You fucking nailed it. You don't even have to listen to any other podcasts. We have a whole bunch of episodes on here. Check it out, man. Just dive in. But
get caught up.
Yeah, and what's great is how we always outdo ourselves. Every episode's better than the last. We never have technical issues. Somehow, we've never, throughout the whole entire run, ever had technical issue.
Almost 100 going without fail or incident.
Yes. Just don't double check us on those numbers. Just trust us.
We're not stretching their the margins or anything.
Mm-hmm. But I am Bob, and joining me is Bobby, because we hate having too many diversity of names. How you doing, Bobby?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you, man?
I'm tired from work, but I'm here. I saw everything, which felt like an accomplishment. I saw the final movie of the stuff we were watching last night. So, yes,
I sat through that shortly after I had made my pick for it, which, that was and I'll admit that one was kind of a chore to get through. That was.
Well, today we will be covering the first 4 episodes of the new Netflix series Wednesday, which supposedly is one of Netflix's most popular series already. So
more popular than Stranger Things, according to
I think they said something like that, which is
and I'm willing to say it's a fair argument.
Well, I mean, popular and quality don't necessarily mean the same things. So it's,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Popularity and quality are completely different things.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think the writing is a little bit better for Stranger Things. That's just me, though.
Depends.
But there's also points when I think the direction in Wednesday was better.
Yeah, well,
but again, that's preference.
It also depends what season of Stranger Things you're looking at too, because especially 3 is kind of
choppy at moments. But this past
terrible.
one, that is a bold.
Oh yeah, no, 1 and 4.
In this last, for this, this past season though, that one that's a bold statement, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. But, yes, we'll be talking about Wednesday. Then we'll be talking about the cinematic masterpiece known as In the Line of Duty, Blaze of Glory.
Yes.
I know there's been lots of requests for us to cover this one.
I know that. I know. Our Patreon has been blowing up for this one. I get non-stop Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook messages about that one.
You gotta cover this one. So
I've gotten so much that I've just stopped responding to messages. We are finally doing it.
Yeah, I've just okay, I'm just not going to reply to any messages anymore because it's just too much demand to cover that one.
we've had to ban the words from the chats and the comments.
It's ridiculous.
It's all because of star of infamy screen, world-renowned actress Lori Loughlin.
Yes. Nailing it. And criminal.
Nailing it.
Convicted criminal.
Oh, and convicted criminal, too. Yeah.
And
not
then,
just on screen,
No. In real life, too. A little bit of fiction enters reality. Although I guess the movie was based on a true story, but I don't know how. Yeah, we'll get to it.
I must have missed that in the credits.
I had to look. I was looking around for images of it and trying to find info on it. We will get to it.
Okay.
And then we'll be concluding with the first Avatar, the 2 hour and 45-minute Avatar. It's a movie. But yes,
I liked it. I liked it when I first saw it as a child, and it was called Fern Gully, or Dances with Wolves, or Pocahontas.
But we do have some news to get to. So starting off, Kirstie Alley has died from a very short battle with cancer, to my understanding. So it sounds like it's probably was she found it late stage. I think probably even on this channel, we've probably been fairly critical of her very questionable views on a lot of things, but it's still tragic that she passed.
Oh yeah, I think the last time that it is still sad that she passed. I think the last time we discussed her is when we watched Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, I was about ready to say I think it was Wrath of Khan was probably when we brought her up because
and I think we made jokes about the Look Who's Talking movies, but or the other films she was in, but that's about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking maybe we went into the Scientology stuff, but
I think we touched base on it.
Yeah.
But if I know myself well enough, I'm like, let's not give them any more clout than they take from others.
Yeah, they'll take it. Don't worry.
No, they'll just jump up and down on couch. Yeah, I don't mean to bash people on it. Now we shouldn't. We're talking about someone who just passed. That's not right of me.
And
shame on me.
She
is, and it's a shame.
She did have some quite impressive credits to her name. I mean, Cheers is something I grew up with. Look Who's Talking is. Well, I don't think I ever saw this. Well, I might have seen the second one, but the first one's fun.
The first one's fun. Yeah.
And
it's still like a movie that even I see my friends showing their kids, like they're real little kids. So,
yeah,
it's something that still passes through. Yeah.
Bruce Willis is a baby. It's
more. It's not a stretch for him. But another movie I remember her in. It was a movie from like the 90s. Or maybe early 2000s, Drop Dead Gorgeous, where she played a pageant mom.
Oh,
like
yeah,
with
Denise Richards. God, I'd forgotten about that one.
Such a bitch.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah. I loved it. She was great.
That's one of those forgotten about dark comedies. I always forget about. When it's brought up, it's always like, that was fun.
Oh, yeah. And then you think about how dark that comedy really was.
Oh yeah, no, it's super dark, and obviously it's easy to get dark when you're talking about shit like beauty pageants. So it suits it well.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Isn't that the one where like a bunch of them all got sick from like food poisoning?
That sounds really familiar. But yeah, that was a good one that I'd forgotten about. Let's see. Are we ready to talk about Wonder Woman?
Yeah. Let's talk about this because I haven't had time to fully read that article. So from what I understand of it is that James Gunn, not Khan, but Gunn is going in to like completely reboot everything. Like I read that.
I've heard that theory.
I've heard that he's like recasting Jason Momoa as what's his name?
What, Lobo?
Yes, the space biker.
Yeah. I'm not confident on that. There's lots of rumors coming out of the DC mill right now. Now, are they going to do a soft reboot? I think I'd be shocked if they didn't. They're going to do a soft reboot. Absolutely.
They kind of need to, because
I
kind of feel that Snyder, as much as I enjoyed the Man of Steel, and I did,
Man of Steel,
really enjoyed it because I felt it took all the best parts from the original Superman, but kind of took out the hokey ones, that even were a little hokey for maybe even when it came out.
Yeah.
Or at least I even thought the first time I watched it. But they kind of just made them and maybe kind of more modernized them a little bit. But brought the story, but doing that, it kind of brought the story more into reality. And that's kind of the beauty I feel personally with film.
Yeah.
That it's like you could either watch something where either the audience can put themselves within the story, or they could actually see the story happening in their lives. It's that illusion that, it's that magic of film and cinema. And, and I don't know, I felt that, his the Mr. Kent's death was handled a little bit better than just,
Well, I'm still not a huge fan of his death in that movie. That being said, Man of Steel it's an interesting take. Overall I like it, but it could be. It also feels like missed opportunities, but it's not bad overall. And I see where you're going, because Zack Snyder put it on a path, and a lot of people were dedicated to that path, even past the point where Snyder had already pretty much walked away. And it's like, we need to move on, people, please.
Well, I think that Zack maybe had a plan for Superman.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, anything else involving Superman wasn't within Zack's plan. Yeah, I think, he didn't do that intentionally, but, he didn't do it intentionally, but I think that just by him just doing that, it kind of hindered any other plans for DC in film.
Yeah, no, he clearly had his own vision, and I don't think he wanted to do all the Batman and Justice League stuff they ended up doing.
No, he didn't want to do any of that shit.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of crazy, because so the DCEU startup, and they were like, okay, 2013 we're gonna have Man of Steel, then 2017 we're gonna have Justice League. We're gonna do what Marvel did in 6 years. We're gonna go ahead. Well, actually, Marvel did it in 4. Did Marvel do it in 4?
Yeah.
I guess Marvel do it in 4. So they were playing, we'll do it in 4 as well. But the issue was Marvel already had plans for all the movies leading up to Avengers, whereas DC was just like, oh, Avengers is really popular. We have Man of Steel. We're going to have to do this in 4 years. And it felt rushed. It felt rushed.
Yeah, a lot of it really did. I mean, they still could have done it even if it was rushed, just by doing the 4 films and having a Batman origin, and even skipping Thomas and Martha getting shot, because I've honestly, when it comes to that in film, I've seen it enough.
No,
I don't want to see it again. I've seen it. I know I know it. Just how I don't want to see Uncle Ben dying. I know.
I appreciate the new Batman didn't feel the need to do that.
That's one of the things I love the most about the new Batman, actually.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's one of the things I love the most about it. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
I don't get to watch a kid's parents die in front of them.
Well, I mean, I think the obvious plan, if they wanted to do Justice League, throw Batman v Superman out. What are you doing? Okay, so you got a Superman movie. Get yourself a solo Wonder Woman, get yourself a solo Batman, and then go ahead and do Justice League if you want to do it at that point.
3 of them teaming up.
Yeah.
And fighting, I don't know, Lex Luthor.
Yeah, instead of doing Justice League after 4 years, do World's Mightiest, and then World's Finest.
No. Have Justice League be the 4th film in the series, or the franchise. And within that, they could also introduce, right there, they can introduce Flash and Cyborg into those 2 movies.
Yeah.
Or into that movie alone. And then the next 2 have one be either Cyborg and the other be Flash.
Yeah.
And you could even place it in a timeline, and there you have a universe right there that the Flash movie will take place before the events of that Justice League movie, and the ending of the Flash movie can be where we meet him in Justice League.
Yeah, they could do lots of stuff.
See, I mean, if I could say, I've already hypothetically saved a James Bond franchise.
Yeah. Well, they rushed it. And because they rushed they made a Justice League that was a bomb.
Yeah.
And it stalled out the whole goddamn franchise. And now here we are 9 years after its inception. And they are so much further behind Marvel when Marvel was at the same point. It's insane. Yeah, I don't know how much you heard, but essentially I was saying, so we're 9 years into DCEU, and it's so much further behind than Marvel was at the same point. So 9 years into the MCU, what were we at? What would we be at? That'd be
we're on the verge of Secret Wars?
Yeah, no, 9 years into the MCU was Infinity War.
Yeah.
So that's the point we're at the DCEU. So it's so much further behind. So...
Yeah, no, and we're in DC. I mean, I really enjoyed like Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
I really did, like all 4 hours of it.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely could have been 2 films, or at least 2 parts, like Infinity War Endgame sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that Martian Manhunter should have been introduced way earlier.
No, yeah, he shouldn't have been part of the Justice League.
Yeah, like that is an essential part of the Justice League.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
essential part of it. Like that, how much quicker their problem resolution would have been if he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like Superman resurrects evil, him.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go fight Lex.
Yeah.
Done.
Well, yeah.
This would have been a simple touch, and that's it.
Yeah. Well,
but I'm nitpicking now. But
going back to Wonder Woman 3.
Yeah.
There's 2 possibilities: a soft reboot or a hard reboot. I don't see a scenario where they don't reboot some way. So a soft reboot would be, we're gonna kind of keep most of the canon, but we're kind of like redo the style quite a bit and do it kind of our own way. Like a soft reboot would be what James Gunn's Suicide Squad was to the first Suicide Squad. It's, the old canon's still there, but
so they want they want him to do how he saved that movie, or that franchise from completely tanking.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other option is a hard reboot where they just reset everything, just
where they recast
everybody. Yeah, recast everybody. Which, I'm not sure. Especially if we got Henry Cavill back. I would love to see Henry Cavill do some solid Superman movies, because I always felt like he's a missed opportunity in that role.
I really would too, and I kind of feel that we should have gotten a second Supe movie before Batman vs Superman, or even I would have still liked to see Ben Affleck have an outing as just Batman.
Yeah.
Like what? He has enough gray that he could have easily been Old Man Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I hear, that's what the canceled Batgirl movie was, and that's what Keaton was supposed to be, Old Man Bruce, which I've always said there's only 2 people I would like to see play Old Man Bruce, one being Keaton, the other having passed away recently.
So...
Kevin Conroy, sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy, yeah. I mean, he's the only one. I mean, he's already portrayed him on screen a few times in the Batgirl series, I think. Which
was in Crisis, yeah.
Fucking awesome. But
so, yeah, we have to see what's going on. I personally think...
Yeah.
I think I'm lean towards soft reboot, if for no other reason than James Gunn's already invested quite a bit of his talent into this franchise already, so he's not going to want to reset everything. I think there's a strong possibility if Gal Gadot didn't want to re-sign for more movies, that they're going to be like, okay, well, we got her for X amount of movies on the contract. Let's go ahead and push back Wonder Woman 3 for later in the franchise. I could see that being a decision made. But we will have to see. We'll have to see. There's lots of rumors coming out, and I don't really believe most of them.
Yeah, they really had to hard reboot all of the DCU at this point. I mean, with all the trouble of the Flash franchise just alone, you're already down one cast member from that original team of people. The mess prior to The Batman, the mess behind that end of the franchise, that's also a mess. It was like so many people torn over, Ben Affleck playing him. Some still saying Christopher Nolan's were the better superior, but I still felt that, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel could have easily been the same world as Christopher Nolan's Batman.
Yeah, no,
I feel
that's definitely the vibe they were going for with that. And it didn't work. But
No, it didn't. But I mean, it also didn't. It also kind of hurt the fact that, those movies were several years apart from each other, like Batman Begins and Man of Steel.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't huge because Batman or Man of Steel was only a year after Dark Knight Rises. So, there's lots of things they could have done to rush it. I thought the smarter way, because I remember I was watching Arrow at the time, and I was thinking, well, one easy character you could easily get in there is go ahead and have a scene on Arrow where they're talking about the news wreckage from the Metropolis fight in Man of Steel, and boom, now you have Green Arrow and Superman ready to go for your Justice League.
Yeah.
But
it's just lines of dialogue. That's all it would have taken.
Yeah. No, they made lots of questionable choices, and I'm hoping James Gunn has a good idea, because honestly, I trust him more than anybody else who's been in charge of DC recently.
Well, yeah, and he also made a franchise that seemed like it was going to completely tank upon arrival.
Yeah. He saved Guardians of the
even
Galaxy.
From Well, I think that was niche enough that he was the right guy for that. The only other director I feel would have been great for that. Two. One, Disney never would have signed off on, and that's Harmony Korine. Yeah, Disney never would have signed off on that. Yeah. But my God, that would have been weird, and I would have loved it. And the only other one would have been Kevin Smith. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I as much as I love Kevin Smith, I don't think he quite has the chops for it. But I love him
Marvel?
At the same time.
For Guardians or just Marvel?
Something like Guardian. I don't know. I think Marvel in general, he might be able to do Marvel in general.
I think he would excel better at DC. Personally.
Yeah.
I feel he gets more passionate about DC comics than he does Marvel.
But
that would just be one that we would have to ask him.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to say about the Wonder Woman thing. My final theory, and it's the correct one, so you don't have to go to any articles or anything, because this is the correct one. This is what's going on. Don't double check me. They're just pushing it back because Gal Gadot doesn't want to do a whole lot of extra movies, and they want to extend her contract to do more Justice Leagues.
I'm going to agree with you on that.
Now that I've established it will be wrong.
Yeah. It's kind of like the holdout that Downey and Evans had and Hemsworth, because they kind of didn't want to do anymore after Age of Ultron. But I think it's like they got the scripts or they saw the plot line for Endgame and Infinity Endgame, and they were all like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And I remember reading, or I think Chris Evans said once, right after he saw what the game plan was after Winter Soldier and after Civil War, that one he was just kind of like, yeah, I'm here for that. That's awesome. I think this is a great storyline. Let's do this.
All right. Anything we want to add to Wonder Woman 3? All right. So the next story. Relating to our first movie show we're going to be talking about tonight, Wednesday.
And a teaser for our segue.
Yeah. This will be an easy segue. Easiest segue ever. In fact, I think we're going to have to work hard to make it clunky.
Yeah. Well, I think Discord's helping with that enough.
Yeah, Discord's going to make it super clunky. We got this down. No, reportedly, actress Jenny Ortega, if you've seen Wednesday, there's a famous dance scene, and in fact, I think the dance scene is actually what Netflix uses for the trailer lots of times if you hover over Wednesday, because I remember seeing it there first. Reportedly, she had COVID while she did that scene. What ended up happening was she felt sick. She told them while filming that she felt sick and that she took a COVID test. And they were like, well, it's not positive yet, so go ahead and film. So they filmed, and it came back positive. Listen, like, she said she felt like crap during filming that scene, and props to her. She fucking nailed it. She did a great job. That dance scene is, like, iconic, like, Wednesday dance. That being said, I also have to look at the other side of this, and the producer, whoever made the call of, oh yeah, let's go ahead and film while we wait for the results of the COVID test. The fuck are you doing, man? What is wrong with you? She feels like shit. She's taking a COVID test. Let her rest. Don't put people at risk. Find something else to shoot if you really need to shoot. I'm serious.
Yeah, no, that's kind of ridiculous. Deadlines and all, but still, like, you know, like your star said she was sick.
Mm-hmm.
Your star of your feature.
Yeah, she was sick enough to take a COVID test. Treat this seriously. And COVID tests come back fast anymore. I don't think I had to do one recently, but I've had friends and stuff who've been sick and taken COVID tests.
I mean, even a lot
within
of
like an hour or two, they get a result now.
Well, even the at-home tests are still like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
When you get that, I think the max I've seen is like an hour, if that, 45. Like, yeah.
No, whoever made this call was being outrageously irresponsible, in my opinion.
Well, it certainly wasn't Burton.
Nobody gets contracted from it. Yeah.
I highly doubt it was Burton.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
Yeah, he probably wasn't on set that day.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't think he would have, let that shit flown.
Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. COVID is a serious illness. Treat it seriously. Yes, your chances of surviving it are extremely good. But you know what? It's also highly contagious, and it will go through people. And the odds of it eventually hitting somebody who won't survive it get pretty good the more it's spread. So, yeah. I know a lot of us are feeling kind of relaxed because COVID feels like it's kind of in the past now, but it's still a thing, people.
Yeah, I mean, though we are closer towards an endemic than we were in a pandemic, but still, it's people still are contracting it. It's getting colder out. Yeah. Just practice those basic health skill traits that we all learned in those early days of school in 6th and 5th grade.
Well, speaking of doing things you shouldn't be doing, let's talk about In the Line of Duty, Blaze of Glory. Oh shit, I screwed up the good segue. Fuck. God damn it.
God damn it, Bob. Damn it, Bob.
No, we are talking about Wednesday, and I guess Bobby has to watch it because he's seen it all, and I've only seen the first 4. But I will say
it just kind of happened.
No, it's
okay. I've refreshed to the first 4, so I will not talk past the 4th episode.
It did leave off on a hell of a cliffhanger. I will say that. But yeah. No, I am digging this.
Okay.
Series.
Yeah, I really am too. I'm kind of liking the lore that we're getting more with it. Like we're learning more about the Wednesday, the character in this series, like more than we have in the past 2 installments of the films.
Yeah,
or 3 films. I haven't seen.
Technically,
the 3rd one,
I've not seen the Tim Curry one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend like I have. I'm just gonna pretend not like I have, and just say yes, I have. No, I haven't seen it, so I don't know a damn thing that happens in that one.
No,
though I'm sure Tim Curry is great, and for as much gripe and I guess static as we heard or we saw online about the casting of Morticia and Gomez, I kind of find it funny because to me it seems like they raised all that stink for nothing.
Oh yeah, no,
they're hardly in the show.
Yeah, number one, there wasn't really stink over Catherine Zeta-Jones because she was in it and she nailed it. It was all about Gomez. And listen, they're obviously doing a different fucking take. Fun fact: Raul Julia is like a legendary actor who had a great screen presence, who's also dead. I don't mean to be blunt, but he's dead. You're not going to recapture that. You have to take a different angle.
Yeah, he died when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like,
no. Yeah. Street Fighter was his last movie.
Yeah, he's dead.
You know,
I don't mean to be blunt, but
he is a legend. He was an amazing actor for his short time. He gave us great roles, but you're not going to recapture that, Gomez.
The only other actor who ever portrayed him physically cannot do roles anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's a blunt fact too, but sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So of course they're going to look in other directions. I mean, what would have they been happy if, like, you know, it was fucking Harry Styles, Jared Leto?
Yeah. Oh God, Jared Leto. Fuck. I would actually prefer Harry Styles to Jared Leto at this point. I'm so sick of Jared Leto.
I mean, if you look at the old animation, even like the cartoon from the 90s, like he actually kind of resembles the cartoon look.
Yeah. And
even the old comic strip look from like what, the 50s and the 60s?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He much more resembles like classic Gomez. And like if you look at like Gomez, John Aston Gomez from the original series, he's a goofier character. So taking a goofier angle on it makes sense.
Yeah. And you know, I don't know. Like I've seen a lot of people just enraged that, or not really just enraged, going, I can't believe they had him they casted that actor. And people just saying, I only hear him doing these or they only see him as the cook from Waiting, like banging his girl in the bathroom whenever they see him as that.
Ignoring the fact that he has a huge career.
And it's just kind of like, you know, he's done other movies besides Waiting. Like he has a long career. I think of him more as a skeevy, like, criminal, because for years he had roles of just criminal henchman.
Yeah, that's why I know him most as is. Whenever he pops up, it's like, he's a henchman.
It's like, is he a good guy or a bad guy? Is he a good guy or a bad guy? I'm not sure yet. I mean, if it's a good guy, all right, cool. If it's a bad guy, you keep your eye on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's the only one that scares me in the bunch. But, and then Danny Trejo walks and sees him, and then, shit.
But, they threw this huge stink. I think it's fine. Like, obviously, he's not Raul Julia, because he's not fucking Raul Julia.
But, Raul Julia's fucking dead.
Angle. Yes. Rest in peace. Great fucking actor.
Rest in peace. No disrespect at all.
No, dude, I have all the respect in the world for him. But,
but admiration for the man.
He's not...
There ain't going to be no hologram. Well, not a real hologram, but almost a real hologram.
Yeah.
No, none of that. None of that.
And add to it the fact that so far in the first 4 episodes, they're in the first one. This story takes place Wednesday is at this new school.
Well, she started at Nancy Reagan High, which
was great. I love that.
Yeah. Nancy Reagan.
The bullies stuck Pugsley in the locker, and she decides to unleash piranhas on him.
And these bullies happen to be part of the swim team.
Yeah, it's like, that is such a Wednesday move. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and it's just more of like, we've never really seen her be that protective of Pugsley before.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least none that I can remember. But she said, if anyone's going to torment my brother, it's going to be me. Drops bags of piranhas in the pool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I've seen people complain, Wednesday would never do something like that. It's like, are you fucking serious? Wednesday's kind of fucking psycho. What?
Or how about the time that she led a group of children into slaughter of a whole nother group of children and their parents at a summer camp? Or the time that her and her brother maimed each other physically at a school play.
I mean, even early on in the show, when they're talking about, we got to take you to a new school after the piranha incident, what are they going to think when they find out you attempted to kill 2 boys? And her response is that I failed.
He just lost a testicle. He'll be fine.
I attempted and I failed. I will never live this down. But yeah, no, this is great. Jenny Ortega does a great job. It's essentially just like high school version of Wednesday at a boarding school.
Yeah.
And
yeah. And I mean, I really enjoyed her in Scream 5. I really did. Like, I enjoyed her and like the young lady who played her sister. Like, their dynamic together was great. Mm-hmm. So when I read that she was cast as Wednesday, I was like, oh, well, that would work because she already has the way they look for her, you know, like the dark hair.
Yeah,
it would look good. You know, like she would pull a look like, you know, the I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But she is so good at this. No, and she's really great at like not emoting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Wednesday doesn't show that any expression or anything.
Yeah.
And like I've noticed, because I watched an interview where she was talking about the show, and she's like, well, Tim and I worked on something, and that he would get in like a real close angle and only film me from this, so that way, like, and she would only just have to emote with her eyes or her eyebrows. And it's just kind of like, huh, okay, so like that's cool to watch that technical thing. But I noticed it. Yeah, she always kind of tuck her head forward like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but would only just emote with her eyebrows, and it's just kind of, it was a nice little thing to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she is really good.
Yeah,
really good.
Well, I remember I heard that like the biggest direction she had in as an actress during this is just try not to emote. For the love of God, just try not to emote.
Do not emote. Do not emote.
You're trying to put feeling into it. Don't do that. No, you're cold. And she does a great job.
Can we also bring up the cast in this too? Like the cast altogether.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we can even talk about individuals like Gwendolyn Christie as the school headmaster in this. She is great. I don't know which side she's leaning on at episode 4.
Yeah, no, I don't know either. Yeah, we have lots of questions on like everybody.
I mean, I know, but I'm not going to get into it.
Well,
now.
Yeah, I don't. She's definitely got some bitch vibes going on, but like not. Yeah, you don't know. You know.
No, you don't know. You don't at all. I think it's amazing. I think it is amazing that Christina Ricci is returning to the series, not in the role of an Addams, but she's still working with Tim Burton and working on an Addams Family project again. It is just great to see her again, and she is just in this show up to episode 4. She gives off just total kind of creepy vibes, but like more so just like, you know, that creepy teacher, that spooky one. But also, you question everybody in this show too.
Yeah.
There's a mysterious creature attacking the grounds that, you know, you don't know who it is, but there's kind of almost a case of a whodunit to it the whole time.
Yeah.
The show's really good at throwing red herrings.
Yeah.
Like really good.
There's lots of characters that she has flirtations with that could be the killer.
There's a town sheriff who, you know, seems absolutely nefarious and is kind of against that whole darkened academy because of the town. Well, the town's history is one of those early, they're one of those towns that burned witches at the stake and is quite proud of their heritage of it and don't shy away from it. Yeah. Like there's a statue in front of a church in the town square.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the guy. They say it quite a few times, but
This was in 3, yeah. This was in 3 that I'm talking, where, he's like a town crier.
Yeah.
He was at one point, but like, he's not that great because, you know, he was responsible for a lot of witch hunts and burnings.
And
stuff. You know, So, but it's an interesting town. It's like where it takes place, like why that academy would be there. Also, the it's called Nevermore Academy, but one of its most popular alums is Edgar Allan Poe, and the references to Poe throughout this entire show, this is the only as spoiler-esque thing, are just great. All the little nods to Edgar Allan Poe, which you mostly see through the titles, because did you realize that the word woe is in every single title?
Yes. After the Wednesday's Child was full of woe.
Yeah.
I'm really digging this. And, like, I was watching this, and I'm thinking, you know, I enjoyed Tim Burton, but I always felt like he was overrated. But at the same time, I'm watching this, and I'm like, how has he not worked on Addams Family before? Because this is, like, a perfect mixture. Like, his style and Addams Family just come together really well.
Yeah, he did. Didn't he work on the first two?
No, I don't think
Wasn't
so. Not unless he produced it.
Was he produced? Yeah.
I don't know. It was Barry Sonnenfeld that did those movies, though.
Or was he set? I thought he was like a production on that.
Maybe. I didn't think so.
I know it was Sonnenfeld.
Now you got me wondering. So he won't direct it. So was he a producer? I don't think so. I'm not seeing his name in the credits for those movies.
I could be mistaken.
I don't think he would have written them and not at least produced them, but yeah. No, I don't think he worked on them at all.
Okay, my mistake.
No, his style and Addams Family are things that would go together really well. So it's actually kind of shocking that it took this long for them to mix together. Because, this is like a franchise made for Tim Burton.
Yeah, seriously.
It's a perfect mix. I wasn't expecting the murder mystery angle, but it kind of works for me. And I'm still not sure what I think of the Wednesday having visions thing, but, it works, at least for the series.
It does. And it's a really good, like, plot device.
Yeah.
Or, like, a good way to push the story forward.
Mm-hmm. And I think it is interesting to build up the world, because in, like, those old Sonnenfeld movies, what you had was, essentially, you had the Addams Family who are crazy and all the distant relatives who are crazy. Then everything else was just normal. And you weren't really sure how exactly it mixed. And it works for the comedy of the movie. But, like when you look at it from a broader perspective, you're not sure how it mixes, really. And here, you have, essentially, you have people who aren't Addams, who are, like, not normal. You have werewolves, you have vampires, you have sirens.
You have people without faces.
Yes. And then you also just have the normal people too. And it makes sense that the world might be a bit more integrated than that. Because I even remember in the Sonnenfeld movies, like, Thing would go out and get jobs. So surely the supernatural aspect to the Addams Family is not something that the world is not ready for.
Well, I always thought of it as, like, the same sort of lore as, like, the Munsters.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like they exist, they're just, within our world.
Yeah.
They're not nefarious by any means. They just exist just like we do.
So what was better, Tim Burton's Wednesday or Rob Zombie's Monsters?
Oh, I'm gonna have to say this.
It's close. I don't know.
I mean, on a camp level, Rob Zombies. Because this plays it great.
I didn't like Monsters, but it wasn't as bad as I feared it would be too. But yeah, no, this is just really good.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about bad, we could talk about Blaze of Glory.
Oh, that sounds like a segue. I don't know if the segue counts as smoothly as if you call it out.
No, not at all. But, we could add, like, alarms to it. You could add some stuff in post. It'll be great.
In the line of duty, Blaze of Glory. Yes, we are covering it, people. You can stop demanding that we talk about this.
We can finally take that poll down. Oh.
No, this.
So, yeah, this comes from when somebody forgets that they had to make a pick and and they make it late Saturday day.
So, yeah, we got a Bruce Campbell movie, and I enjoy Bruce Campbell.
I do too.
This is definitely him playing it straight, though.
Well, he gives a subdued performance. Probably one of the most subdued performances by Bruce I've ever seen.
No, his performance here is very reminiscent of Evil Dead 1.
Filmed, ironically, almost 10 years apart.
Yeah. So you got Lori Loughlin.
Look at that. Lori Loughlin is billed.
I know.
Top in this.
Well, that's the thing. So you got Lori Loughlin, Bruce Campbell, and Bradley Whitford in this movie. Lori Loughlin gets top billing. But I really feel like Bruce Campbell and Bradley Whitford actually have probably more significant
screen
roles
time?
And probably more screen time. Yeah. Lori Loughlin's character has lots of mental health issues. But yeah, essentially Bruce Campbell and Lori Loughlin are a married couple who like to do bank robberies. And they keep on wanting to get more and more stuff, so they have to do more and more bank robberies. And then Bradley Whitford is the cop that's after them.
FBI agent.
FBI agent, yes. And in case you're wondering, this is such a TV movie.
Oh, it's very much a TV movie.
Yeah, I love the soundtrack probably wondering of generic guitar riff throughout all of it.
Like really not Lethal Weapon inspired at all.
Yeah. Just about the whole fucking thing.
Actually, I had a guitar ready to mimic that lick every time we said something in regard to it. Like Blaze of Glory would have been the word, and then
but yeah, they're criminals. Bradley Whitford's after them. That's kind
Bruce
of
wears a really bad beard.
Yeah, he puts on a really fake beard when he robs a bank. Like, he puts it on, it's like, God, I hope that's not supposed to be convincing.
I had to pause it. I was laughing so hard at that.
It's like
my wife was on the other end of our apartment, and she came out and was like, "What are you laughing at?" Oh, this. And she looked like, "Oh, that is a... Oh, is he wearing that as a joke? Is he wearing that as a joke? No, my dear."
Yeah. And you would think after, like, they do lots of robberies, you would think, hey, somebody comes in a super obviously fake beard, just go ahead and hit the silent alarm. Don't wait for him.
Well, we see what I guess one of his early attempts at, or not really attempt, because he did rob him.
Yeah,
wasn't successful, but he did rob him. They slipped a dye pack in there. But later we find out that Bruce's character is a former cop. You think a cop would know about dye packs?
I didn't even put that together. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't super engaged by this one, but yeah. You think he would.
I'm just thinking, like, wait, how the hell did you not know about dye packs and you were a cop?
He seemed surprised by the dye pack. And, like, at the time, it's like, yeah, you're getting all caught up in the moment. You're not really thinking about it. But yeah, as a cop, as an ex-cop, he'd think he would be on that.
And you would think about security cameras and silent alarms. Like, that was just one plot hole I noticed in this. And after that, I stopped caring. I just took a deep breath and just watched the movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there's supposed to be this storyline.
Sometimes I just have to repeat to myself, it's just a movie.
Yeah. Well, they seem to be going for this thing where the Bruce Campbell character, who's the one who's doing 99% of the robberies, he's like getting like riskier and riskier with each one. And you get little bits of that, but it doesn't really work because we don't get enough of it. And so much of the robberies just feel like, oh, he's going in to rob the bank and he's out. He's going in to rob the bank and he's out. Going in to rob the bank and he's out. It's like, okay.
Yep.
It's a lot of that. Now, I would say the biggest highlights of this movie, I'd probably say would be Bruce Campbell's and Bradley Whitford's performance, especially Bruce Campbell's, because he plays it straight-laced.
Again,
yeah,
and he gives a very he doesn't camp it up, and this is just another one that shows that Bruce can actually act.
Yeah, I mean he's at the end after the court trial when his wife kills herself. Spoilers for this 25-year-old TV movie.
After she goes on a mad police chase.
Yeah.
Firing at some cops and shooting out windows and stuff.
and
there's a police chase with her that is hilarious.
And in pure TV movie budget fashion.
Yeah. Like you see her point a gun, aiming out at a window, and then we see the window, and then the window just breaks with the sound of a gunshot.
I think it's funny because you see her pointing out the gun, and she's like, I don't know how well you can see, but it's like, oh, she's like all over the place, pointing all over, and then all of a sudden on the other end where the cops, it's like,
or as she's driving like this,
right in there, yeah, and it's like, wait. How's she hitting?
My
so
favorite
close?
is when she braked and kind of turned her car like that and fired out the passenger and shot out that cop's window.
Yeah,
and
no, that was like most some action movie shit. Yeah,
that was like just pure '90s action gold, and I fucking loved it. Like
Lori Loughlin,
I'm a big fan of these shit. But and also like with the equivalent of the most annoying security vault cop from Batman Forever firing back at her. I imagine that guy who said boiling acid.
Yeah.
I imagine that's what that cop who was firing at her sounded like.
Yeah. I could see that.
Boiling acid.
Yeah, no, there's honestly not a whole lot to say. Listen, they're robbing banks. They want to build up a family, so they keep on getting a little bit riskier, and then the FBI finds them. That's about it.
And she has a little mental health break, or a mental health crisis. They take her into the hospital because she's like washing the Jeep at 2 a.m.
Yeah, which is normal. That's what people do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's like, do you think I'm crazy? No.
Listen. It's 2 a.m. Everybody washes the Jeep.
2:20 a.m. is a perfectly logical time to wash your Jeep in suburban Chicago that in no way looks like Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That in no way looks like a Los Angeles neighborhood.
No.
Like I'm not saying that this cul-de-sac is not adjacent to the cul-de-sac where E.T. was filmed, but I am saying it looks like the same type of a developer built the houses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, here's something I don't know if you looked into. So, I was trying to look into this because I was like, in the line of duty, Blaze of Glory. What does this mean?
It seems like it's a part of a series.
Yes,
like in the line of duty is a series.
Yeah, In the Line of Duty was I think a TV movie series. I think the first one might have been called Kidnapped, which had Dabney Coleman. So, it seems like it was probably a cop-centric TV film series with decent named actors.
Okay.
Probably. I couldn't find much about it because unfortunately there's also an In the Line of Duty that's I believe a Chinese film series, and I kept on hitting that one.
I believe there's also an American film called that.
It might be. Yeah, no, I hit lots of walls because
I want to say no. I want to say it's like I see Clint Eastwood on the title.
Oh no, that's In Line of Fire.
That's also a good movie.
No, that is a significantly better movie.
Great.
Yeah.
Great movie.
John Malkovich is fucking scary as hell in that one.
Yeah, and fucking Eastwood is just fucking Eastwood in that movie.
I'm too old for this shit. I'm too
But I'm still gonna beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. Young whippersnapper.
Angry. I don't know. I'm kind of liking Clint in his old man rage, even though he still had color to his hair. Mm-hmm. But even now, more so, it fits him good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, would you recommend In the Line of Duty, Blaze of Glory?
If you like Bruce Campbell, yes.
I mean, if you like Bruce Campbell, probably, but for anyone else, no.
I mean,
and here's
for anyone else, no.
You're not.
If you're
not getting fun Bruce Campbell. You're not.
No, you're not. I mean, you're kind of getting laughable Bruce Campbell, but
yeah. Like I said, you're getting Evil Dead 1 Bruce Campbell, not Evil Dead 2 and on Bruce Campbell.
You're not even getting serving Sarah Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. You're not getting snotty French maitre d' Bruce Campbell for sure.
You're totally getting ring announcer Bruce Campbell.
It'll be great. But yeah.
You're this isn't a Briscoe County Bruce Campbell.
Mm-hmm. No, not at all. All right. So this poster has kind of like green theme, so I think we need to change it to a blue theme. And that was a very subtle transition. Very subtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Avatar. The last... no, wait.
I would have rather watched that.
Oh, not the movie. No, well, the series maybe.
I still would have hated it. I still would have hated it.
Yeah, I think it definitely seems like you're more negative on this than I am. I definitely feel like this is
really am.
Long. But I think it's fine. I enjoyed it overall. But it is overlong. I will.
The length has nothing to do with it. The length drags, and I do mean drags at parts. You see, I never bought the hype train when this came out. I kind of thought the plot and everything sounded kind of overdone at that point and stupid. Yeah. And it just nothing of it interested me at all. And for some reason, when this came out within my circle of friends, it made me a pariah.
Yeah.
For some reason.
It
made me a hater and all of that. And I did even sit down and watch it. And even the whole time, I kept looking at all my friends who would praise this movie to high regard, go, this is fucking stupid. Like, this is fucking stupid. Like, this is dumb. I mean, this is... They took Fern Gully, they took Dances with Wolves and Pocahontas, mashed them together, made some pretty, in my opinion, just not good-looking aliens.
Yeah. I think a lot of the world looks great. Maybe that's it.
The world looks great. I think the aliens look terrible. Like, they look bad, and I think it's funny.
I think it's interesting because I did think it was noteworthy because they haven't aged as well as you would hope. Because they put a lot of money into these effects.
360 graphics.
But yeah,
they
now
look like Xbox 360 graphics.
Yeah, they look better than that. But
when Xbox 360 graphics were peak.
Well, here's what I will say.
I will give it some praise. Like, I will give it some praise visually. It did visually look beautiful. The CGI in it was amazing. You know, like, just for how much of it was in there, I think it's a bit more than needed. I don't think you really need all that CGI to tell a good story. I feel like if you have that much, you're using it more as a crutch than something to advance the story along. That's my opinion. But then again, I favor practical effects to CGI. So
yeah. Well, James Cameron always likes to push the envelope, so
he likes to raise the bar on himself.
Yeah, and he has a fucking stupid big ego, but at the same time,
oh no, battery died. Keep chatting.
Yeah, it's all good because he's stupid big ego, but at the same time, he's kind of earned it. He's made two of the biggest movies of all time. No other director has that record.
Terminator and Terminator 2?
Well, yeah. Well, those weren't the ones I was thinking of, but yes. Those were big too.
I mean, he did make Terminator 2, and that movie's fucking awesome.
No. He's easily one of the best directors of my lifetime. No, I don't even think
he is absolutely one of my favorites, like one of my tops. But I just,
well, I will give you. If you think this is an overdone story, I absolutely agree. It is wildly overdone. I think he does enough different with it for it to work. But that being said, I do feel like I would have liked he did something, either do a bit more different with it, or fuck it, cut at least a half hour.
Yeah. And that's it. Like, I didn't buy the hype train. So, and I even went into it with, like, cleared my head of it, just, all right, let me just take it for a movie, like what it is. And that's my takeaway.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting because this movie, like, it wasn't that blew up in opening weekend because it didn't. But like over its run, it just kept on earning money and earning money and earning money. I think Titanic went the same way. And we'll have to see how Avatar 2 does, because I actually was kind of surprised, because I've been keeping an eye, because I want to get better showtime.
Actually, kind of.
But the seats aren't filling up.
Yeah.
And maybe it will be the same thing.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I the one by me, I had to, for the new one, I booked my ticket early.
Mm-hmm.
And I got it for that Thursday before this coming Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the showings were pretty booked.
Oh, really?
The only one I could get in was like a 9:30.
Well, maybe that's because it's Thursday, because I'm looking at Friday.
Yeah, I was looking at Thursday, but
so maybe that's a big difference, because that's the premiere.
Up me. Yeah, but checking now.
Yeah, no, I would definitely argue that I do enjoy this movie. I think it's quite good. But it's not perfect. It has its issues. It's definitely not one of my favorite James Cameron movies. The story does feel a bit overdone. That being said, like some of the criticisms of it, some are... That's the thing. So, like, you can say it's Ferngully and Dances with Wolves, which it is. It 100% is. That being said, also, I feel he does it differently enough.
It's also It's also a white savior movie too.
That was the one I wanted to go into, because that is an absolutely valid criticism. It is very much that. Because when I was rewatching it, I was like, is it really white savior? Because right now it just seems like he's part of the tribe and he's learning. And then when he gets to the end, it's like, oh shit, yeah, no, it definitely is. He definitely takes over the tribe and leads them to victory.
Yeah, that's also why I said the other two.
yeah. It's
just like, Dances with Wolves. Matt and Trey had it right when they called it Dances with Smurfs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
and it's funny, all of my friends who praise this, like, hold it in high regard. Like, I had somebody even tell me that it accomplished more cinematically than Kubrick did.
Listen, man, I'll even admit, Kubrick gets spotty, but he was a visionary and he had some great ideas. And
my argument to him was, my argument to him was, you mean Cameron accomplished more in this film than Kubrick ever did in 2001 when he made it in '68 without computers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that what you're telling me? Well, that pen thing. Yeah, you mean that piece of pen they glued to a sheet of glass and rotated it in front of the camera to give the illusion it was floating?
Mm-hmm.
Cameron would have spent at least $10,000 on that pen alone on one rotation.
Mm-hmm. and I will also add, kind of cool that the studio will definitely give him money for whatever he wants right now.
Well, the man made Terminator 2. I think that he could get a check signed anytime.
Legit, like, they're talking about how, like, James Cameron was talking about how, like, in order for Avatar 2 to be successful, it needs to make $2 billion. Now, there's caveats with that number, because the budget for Avatar 2 also include a lot of the shooting budget for, I think, 3 and maybe even some of 4. So it's not completely 2, but just to get them pretty much in the positive side for what they've already shot, they need $2 billion.
So, like, what, they're trying to film, like, some of the stories back to back?
Yes, they've got.
Because
I think they have the next movie already filmed. I mean,
yeah, the lead in this, the handicapped soldier.
Jake Sully, Sam Worthington.
Yeah, isn't that the same guy who played Elton?
Elton John in the newer movie? No, that was Taron Egerton.
Okay. What else did Sam Worthington?
Although Sam Worthington was in
movie, yeah.
Sam Worthington, yes, he was in Salvation. He's been an actor. He was an actor British? Popular at this time. I think so. I don't know for sure though.
Okay, because I heard that American accent break a few times in the movie, just like with single words, and it was kind of like, what? What was that?
Well, Sam Worthington is kind of like Army Hammer and Jai Courtney, and I can't think of the other one, but there's another one around that time.
He's Australian.
Where it was just an actor they were trying to make into a big movie star, and it's just what none of them were taking.
No, but he's coming back for this one.
Well, yeah.
He did do quite a bit of the action films.
Well, yeah,
like I mean, Wrath of the Titans, Clash of the Titans.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. He got hooked onto Avatar, and so yeah, he's in good shape.
Oh yeah. They already have a poster for Avatar 3 on Google under his filmography.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I think they've shot it mostly.
And 5. And a poster for 5, or at least a concept poster.
I am really hoping they here. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I obviously enjoyed it more than you do, but I do have issues. It did drag a bit long. It's not one of my favorite James Cameron movies by a decent margin. I mean, technically, it's kind of amazing. The computer effects at the time were amazing, and they're not perfect now, but they're decent, and they're. That's the cost of breaking boundaries. It's aging better than the Star Wars prequels are.
Yeah, it is.
I know it's a low bar, but yeah.
But I also, like I said, I think that this had like a huge hype train to it when it came out.
Yeah, it
really did have the hype train riding, and
I was excited.
The hype train is nowhere near as much as I noticed that the hype train isn't anywhere near of what it is yet. I mean, I've seen on your channel you've been talking about. There's already some of your favorite naysayers already saying negative things about it, and they probably haven't even had a chance to see it yet.
No, they haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, of course. I figured.
Yeah,
they just probably
they're talking about how it will flop, and no, the thing I loved was the one article where they were talking about essentially James Cameron said he was younger and filled just with testosterone, and he was happy to kind of grow out of that phase. And then there was an article that took that and said, "Oh, he wants to get rid of testosterone, so maybe he's actually a trans person." And then they went off with that one seriously, and I was just like.
What?
I was just like, wow, you guys are so fucking stupid.
How did you make that connection? Wow.
Yeah, it's like, dude, he's just saying when he's younger, he's filled with that fucking shit, and yeah.
well, that live stream you did the other day of that one guy who looks like he hasn't seen a bar of soap in about 5 years.
Oh. Yeah, you're probably looking at Nerdrotic.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, the one. Yeah, he definitely looks like he hasn't seen a bar of soap in a while.
Yeah, he needs to do something with his beard. And the past 5 videos, he's worn the same shirt, and it's like, are you washing it? Please tell me you're washing that.
Or does he have multiple?
It's possible. Ugh. Buying multiple Isom t-shirts. Ew.
Ew.
But yes. I am excited for this new one. I'm not super pumped, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too.
I hope they.
It's going to be a new film.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours and 12 minutes is going to be a long runtime.
No, I'm
going to miss something.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that this movie. I'm pretty sure they read somewhere that every ticket comes with a catheter, right? I think it should. I
thought it was a diaper.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like, hey, listen, we're out of diapers, so if you need to go, just go ahead. We will clean it up afterwards. We apologize. Also, in the theater smells awful. No,
No, it's just that fresh AMC smell.
Yeah. No. I thought it was funny because James Cameron was like, I don't want to hear about people complaining about how long this movie is because people binge stuff at home, and I'm like, Jim, You're killing me, man.
I can piss at home and pause it.
Yeah, exactly. I can pause it at home. So
you take a piss.
Maybe in the middle, like after 90 minutes, you put in a 10-minute intermission. Maybe then you have an argument. But if you're just gonna expect me to sit down for 3 hours and 10 minutes, I'm probably not gonna make it.
I'm gonna have to take a piss at some point.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Maybe I sneak like an empty, like a quarter gallon in, so I can just piss in that. Have a piss jug.
There you go. Hey, what are you doing down there? Watch the movie. Why are you looking at me? Fuck.
Mind your business.
It's 3 hours and 10 minutes. I don't want to miss anything.
I have to do it for the content, you dick.
But yeah, listen, it's a James Cameron movie, so it's tough for me to hate any James Cameron movie.
Period. But I felt conflicted, kind of like, just ragging on it so much, but I think it's just more so of, I guess, the manner in which you always hear James talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that also is like, dude, I like you, but you're really turning me off on your work.
Well, yeah,
together.
he is.
Like, you're kind of sounding just very pretentious.
Well, he is. And at the same time, it's like, dude, like, he's kind of earned it. But at the same time, it is kind of annoying to hear.
It is. And yeah, but you know who really doesn't take that route? Well, who hasn't as much taken that route and who also has the right to do so? Scorsese, Spielberg. More than likely they've been like attacking.
I was about ready to say they occasionally do, but yeah, they're obviously not on Cameron's level. But yeah,
they're not on Cameron's level. Like they don't. I don't think that they enjoy the smell of their own farts as much as James does.
Oh, I'm pretty sure all directors of that caliber enjoy their farts quite a bit.
Well, yeah, probably.
But yeah,
Tarantino doesn't do that.
He has his
the only thing that he said recently. He has his moments, but the only thing that he's actually recently said, well, the only thing that he said recently in regard to like superhero movies, I kind of completely agree with him. Like, you go to Iron Man, you're not there. Robert Downey Jr. isn't the star. Iron Man and Tony Stark are the stars.
Yeah.
Like Captain America is the star, not Chris Evans. They're great portraying these people, but, the hero is the star.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with him on that a lot because, you go there to see the character. Like,
Yeah,
no.
I feel like it's just a changing landscape, really.
It is. I mean, I don't necessarily feel that, we're in a dark age of Hollywood, like he says.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've always been hesitant on films relying too heavily on CGI to tell it, because I feel if you just have all of that, then at some point it kind of just it just comes too much for me to even care.
No, well, listen, I think James Cameron does a great job pushing CGI forward. But yeah, I get where you're coming from as well, because there's something cool when like there's this really tough visual and like you have to figure out a creative way to do it practically. And when they do that, it looks so cool. And then there's something so much less creative where you just are like, okay, we're just going to put a dot here, and then we're going to do it in post.
Yeah.
And if you're not really familiar with filmmaking, you may not really know that. But like when you're familiar with filmmaking, like when they do CGI, it's just like, we're just going to film it and then correct it later. Well, we fucked it up. Yeah, we'll correct it later.
I don't like home recording when it comes to music either. For that same reason.
But I think it's worth noting. Like when I went into rewatching this.
We're allowed to have it. Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say when I was going into rewatching this, I was actually kind of excited. I was like, I haven't seen this in a while. This should be fun. And yeah, like I said, I enjoyed it, but it really goes on too long. Is the fact that it's a white savior movie really stands out when you're looking for it. It's like, if you're looking for it, it's there. It is like fucking...
I really wasn't looking for it, but like somebody had like called me in the middle of like near the end of watching it, right before he comes back to save the day.
Yeah.
I was telling them I was watching it for the show, and they're like, "Oh, that White Savior movie." I was like, "What? What? What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, where are you?" And I told them like, "Oh, well, just keep watching, and then tell me." And at the end, like, I'm watching it, pull the phone out, text them. Well, yeah, I wasn't even looking for it, but I was noticing the signs. I just thought, that's interesting. I wonder if that's going to go anywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, upon rewatch, I didn't enjoy it as much as I hoped, but still, it's fine. But yeah, I'm excited to see the sequel. We will see how it turns out.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't do the same story. I'm going to assume they're not going to do the same story again. So let's see what James Cameron does. He's a creative guy.
I hope so. Like, I hope that they go somewhere with this, like, you know, and and they just don't retread and rehash everything.
Yeah. Well, he's a creative guy who
like,
can pretty much do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and what I've seen from the trailers, it looks like that the lead character and the lead female protagonist had a child together, and the child is going to be like the main center point, and them teaching the kid. Yeah, that's what I've gathered from the trailers.
I haven't picked that up. That being said, I haven't really picked up much from the trailers, but that would make sense with the time gap.
Yeah. I don't know, and I guess there's going to be some other threat.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. No, it's going to be a 3-hour movie, and everything will go smoothly. There's never going to be a threat.
I don't know.
Never a conflict.
Yeah, it's just them moving underwater. That's all.
They're going to get a summer home. It'll be great. The conflict will come with the inflation.
Yeah.
Avatar 2 inflation. Let's see. Anything you want to talk about, or we're ready to close out?
The deficit.
Oh.
I'm ready to close out.
All right. So
we'll wait till next week, and we'll see how this one fares.
Well, next week we got, let me load this up, Avatar, The Way of Water, the last 4 episodes of Wednesday, and then Willow episodes 1 through 4. Which, Willow was definitely something Phantom Menace wanted to make a thing out of, and then failed.
Oh, yay. We get what got his butt hurt. Butt hurty, and yeah. I can't tell you how excited I am for the January 23rd show.
January 23rd. Do we have that? I know I've been... Yeah, no, I was thinking about... Yeah, I was like, I guess since we have all this time, might as well add that stuff back in there. And then... Yeah. So we're watching them out of order.
Yeah, no, I got really happy. So much that I saw that. Oh, yeah, no, it don't matter. With Bach, we could just watch that one. I'm really excited, too, because I might have already found a way to watch Balboa, and I had just watched it before I saw these. And, yeah, I agree with you. That is one of the better ones.
Oh, yeah, no, Rocky Balboa was excellent.
Enjoy that one more.
It ends that franchise much
really
better than
good.
Rocky 5.
Honestly, though, I will say though, he should have popped his kid in the mouth a few times. But
yeah,
we'll get into that.
Well, we can get into it, but yes, we got a little bit till we get there.
That little shit.
So, yeah, kind of, but we will get to it. So
we will next year.
Yes. Everyone, have a good one.
Take care.
They think order and chaos are somehow opposites and try to control what won't.
Do you enjoy pain?
Pain don't hurt.